First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Heggen, and while that water is kind of dangerous as it begins to melt, at least it's doing one good thing. It's getting us out of the drought.
Right. The amount of rain we saw over the winter, the amount of snow they picked up in this area that continues to melt has just led to an unbelievable turnaround in the whole drought situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we actually said California was out of the drought. I mean, it's always something that's just part of being in California. You're in a drought.
Almost entirely out. Let's take a look at the latest data from the U.S. Drought Monitor. There are no drought conditions anywhere really close to the Bay Area. We zoom out for the statewide perspective, and there are still parts of the state that are in moderate drought. That is that shade of kind of light brown that shows up in Northern California and then in the southern part of the state. But only 9% of California is even in moderate drought conditions. None of the state in severe, extreme, or exceptional drought. Think back just a year ago, every single square inch of California was at least in moderate drought conditions, and now we're down to less than 10% of the state in that category. Let's take a look at the big picture pattern. Things are going to shift a little bit as we get closer to the weekend. A nice weather pattern shaping up, actually, for tomorrow and Saturday. The breezy conditions of the last few days have been diminishing over the past several hours. It's going to be kind of in between all the big picture features in the atmosphere as we head through the first half of the weekend. The next storm system headed for the Pacific Northwest is going to send most of its moisture towards Washington and Oregon, but it's going to be close enough to kick in a stronger onshore breeze beginning on Sunday, which means temperatures are going to start backing down with cooler weather in store by early next week, and a chance for a couple of rain showers Monday night into Tuesday. After that, the rain chances, they aren't technically zero, but we don't have any rain icons in the 7-day forecast for any part of the Bay Area. Those rain chances are just going to run in the 10 to 20% range, and it's just a 30% chance Monday night and Tuesday. A few hundredths of an inch of rain might be possible. Maybe it's enough to wash a little bit of pollen out of the atmosphere. We can hope, because it's in the high category and it's going to stay there through the weekend. Mulberry, oak, and ash are the top 3 allergens. But there's plenty of other plant stuff in the atmosphere, and so just be prepared to kind of suffer through that if you are suffering from seasonal allergies over the next several days. Right now, temperatures are still cool, especially near the water, mid to upper 50s in San Francisco and Oakland, and there's still enough of a breeze to jitter around the camera on top of Salesforce Tower. It's holding on to 70 degrees, though, right now in Santa Rosa. Those numbers are going to back down later on tonight. We are going to see some fog trying to develop with lighter winds, not as much stirring of the atmosphere, so some fog maybe developing a little bit down the peninsula and in the Santa Clara Valley. It's not going to last long. We're going to see the sun really in abundance as we head through most of the day. On Friday, temperatures tonight dropping down to the low to mid 40s. In most spots, just the chilliest locations in the upper 30s. Then highs tomorrow are going to be very close to what's normal for this time of year. Everybody within a degree or two of average for mid-April. Let's zoom in for a closer look. Only mid 50s along the coast, but that's normal too. Everybody else in the 60s, upper 60s in San Jose. Some of the warmest spots inland in the East Bay touching 70 degrees. Not that warm around the bay, but you wouldn't expect to be with still an onshore wind, just not as strong. Low to mid 60s in San Francisco and Oakland, with mid to upper 60s for most of the North Bay. Some of the warmest spots there also approaching or even touching 70 degrees. The 7-day forecast doesn't include too many changes temperature-wise for San Francisco and Oakland as we head through the weekend. There's that cooler weather settling in for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, including that chance of a few showers Monday night into Tuesday. The bigger noticeable drop in temperatures is going to be for inland parts of the Bay Area, close to a 10-degree drop from San Jose from Saturday into Tuesday, and the similar pattern for inland parts of the East Bay, but really hardly any change to those temperatures along the coast, because even though the winds are going to be lighter, it's still an onshore breeze, so free air conditioning for your neck of the woods.
Yeah.